Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. It is the latest episode of the Needle Drop Podcast. Thank you for listening. And on this episode, we have a very special guest. He is a creator, a thinker, an innovator, an intuitive mind. He's also a provocateur, a comedian, a writer, and 1/3 of the $1 Million Extreme comedy troupe on YouTube and just on the internet generally. Welcome to the show, Mr. Samthony Hyde Tano.
Nice to be here, man. Yeah. Nice to be here. Hello. Nice to be here, man.
What?
You going to ask me some questions, man? What you going to ask me? What you got on that paper, man? Show me. Let me see those questions. What you got to ask me?
Okay. Hey. Okay.
Anthony.
Hey. All right, stop. I feel like you're taking advantage of the fact that I find you funny.
Me not taking advantage of anything, man.
Listen.
Me not taking advantage of anything, man.
You're taking advantage of the fact that I find you funny.
No.
And considering the position you're in,
no,
you should tread a little more lightly because it's rare that you run across someone who finds you funny, isn't
man,
it?
Man, me taking it lightly, man. Me brother. Hey, Anthony, man. Me brother. Blood.
I want to ask you about...
Oh, yeah?
your comedy style over here.
The style of the comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I think it's fair to say that looking at your stand-up routines, looking at your skits, your videos on the internet, I mean, it seems like you're the kind of humorist that just likes to come on, do it.
Do what, man? You like the smoke, Claude? You smoke the reefer, man. You smoke the herb, man. The ganja.
Just do a real fat one.
We can't do it.
Just do a big fat one and get it out of the way. What the fuck? All right, listen.
Yeah, man.
You said that was odorless, and it has a very strong odor.
It has no odor, man. It is a smokeless herb, man. Vapor, water vapor. You can do it indoors, man. It's not going to smell like anything except the sweet herb, man. The ganja.
Asshole.
It's odorless, man.
Yeah, okay. So, listen.
Yeah, man. Me listening good, Anthony. You got more subscribers on YouTube. Me gonna listen good to you. Me listening.
It seems like you just want to piss people off with your humor. Yeah, you do.
No, me don't want that.
It does seem
me
like
want
that.
the love, the brotherly love.
It seems like you're the type of humorist that just wants to watch the world burn.
No, me not want that. Me want the kids, the children to excel, man. Me want the children to grow up to be big warriors, man. To be strong like their father. You don't believe me?
No, I don't.
Anthony.
I know for a fact that this is not your real accent.
What? Why you think that, man? Me from Jamaica. Because me do the American accent to make the YouTube views?
I have it on good authority.
No, that's for the YouTube.
I have it on good authority. You're from Connecticut.
No, man. Not from Connecticut.
Yeah, Connecticut.
Connecticut? What is Connecticut? No, man. We are in Jamaica.
You're from New England.
We are from Jamaica.
That's not a New England accent.
Me from Jamaica,
No,
man.
you're not. You're just here to troll. You're just here to troll.
No, man.
You're not taking any of this. You're not taking any of this seriously. You're just trolling away, man.
What are you talking about, man?
You're just having a troll of a time.
What question do you have for me, man?
You're laughing at your own. You're laughing. You're laughing at your own ridiculousness right now.
Anthony, you say you're going to ask me some questions. What you going to ask me, man?
You know, okay. Tell when you did that. When you do your stand-up or when you spoke at Drexel University, is that the fake accent that you put on?
That me fake accent. Me want them to think I'm me American to make, YouTube views. But me from Jamaica.
Because, being Jamaican, you won't climb up through the YouTube ranks
man,
like
it's
that.
prejudice, man. It's anti-Jamaican. YouTube Jamaican, anti-Jamaican. I post one video, Jamaican accent, no views. I post the same video, American accent, 10,000 views. I say, why you do this, YouTube? You don't like Jamaican? Fuck you, bumbaclot.
Putting this on the record, worst mistake of my life. Okay, hey,
No,
listen,
man.
here we go.
You love it, man.
Okay, I'm just going to get rid of the hat. Are you going to get rid of that hat?
You want me to take off the hat, man?
I want to see your dreads. Because being Jamaican, you probably have long, flowing dreadlocks. Because that's a part of... That's a part,
you don't...
Wait, no, don't interrupt.
No, blood.
Don't interrupt.
You
don't interrupt.
do this. You don't do this to Jamaican. You don't tell a Jamaican what to do with it, dread, man. That is like a religious...
I'm not telling you what to do with it. I just want to see it.
Man.
I just want to see them.
You can't see the dreads,
I want to see them.
They're spiritual, man. The spiritual dreads,
I think
man.
there are people out there at home...
You can't see the dreads, man.
There are people out there at home who don't believe you're Jamaican because they can't see your dreadlocks.
That is their problem. If they don't believe that I am Jamaican, they don't understand that the dreads are sacred. That is their problem.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
You're not gonna...
Wow.
Whoa. Is this
Oh,
thing
no.
still rolling here?
Do you want me to stop it?
No, you keep rolling.
Okay.
Oh. All right, what's up, Anthony? What are we doing here?
Okay, we're done now?
I'm done. Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, I want to keep going.
Okay, let's keep going.
Okay.
You want to keep going with the Jamaican?
No, I want to be done with the Jamaican.
Okay, we'll be...
Give me an honest response to this, as honest as you can.
I'll give you an honest response.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people hate the type of humor you do.
Mm-hmm.
They're for lack of a better word, triggered by the type of humor that you do.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in a lot of ways you're doing exactly what a humorist should do. I think what a humorist should do is sort of attack sacred cows, attack established, normalized values and ideals. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a lot of the time what you're doing. And I think now that for the good part of like 5 years now, the left has really kind of won the culture war against rednecks, against the neocons, against all that. So as a result, these kinds of ideals that you make fun of about racism, feminism, so on and so forth, these are now kind of the established norms that people really care about. And it seems like you go at those directly just to kind of either prove a point or provoke.
I wouldn't say that the left has won battles. I would say that they have pushed things so far out of whack that our entire society is like just a fucking mess.
Well, I think that's kind of the territory that's come with winning. You know, now that there's kind of been a bit of an established of those ideals.
They haven't won in the sense that they've created a better world for themselves. They've won in the sense that they have whined the loudest and gotten the most presence.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like 15 years ago we could have been having the same conversation about, like, I don't know, the war on Christmas or some shit, you know? And I agree with what you just said there, but I think, you know, they won, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's for the better, you know? I feel like they're kind of abusing that power in the same way that neocons did 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You know? Like with these... war on Christianity, all this other kind of shit. And now, I feel like 15 years ago, any of these people that are kind of ranting and raving about the types of things that you're making fun of probably would have been religious, you know? Just
yeah, no, the stuff that I'm saying, if I were saying it 15 years ago, it wouldn't make any sense, and it would be completely out of line.
Well, there would be different norms that you'd be going against.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like now you're a part of... Or you are
PSX. What's the game with the animals? The Bloody
Animal Crossing?
No. Bloody Roar. Bloody Roar, is that the game that I'm thinking of? Yeah, I'd be playing Bloody Roar. Anyway,
okay.
Continue, sorry.
It strikes me as I guess more authentic and more interesting to see somebody sort of, you know, rattling cages rather than, like, let's say Stephen Colbert, for example. You know, I mean, I enjoy his humor, but the thing about Stephen Colbert is that there's nothing that he says that really challenges anything.
Yeah,
you know, he's very much preaching to a choir.
Yeah, anybody who has any sort of mainstream acceptance or play is like sucking dick right now. Like, as far as just parroting what you're supposed to be parroting and repeating the lines that are commonly accepted. Yeah. Like, you know, as ridiculous as I think Trump is, for example. Why do you think he's ridiculous?
I'm not going to get into that, you know, and it's not even. We can get into that after this question or after this point. We can. Okay. We will. As ridiculous as I think he is on some points, I feel like just making fun of him is like the lowest hanging fruit. You know, like obviously he's wrong on some issues, and to sort of just kind of make a mockery of that over and over and over and over again just kind of seems like really, I don't know, plain as day.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now, why do you think he's what was it you said? He's ridiculous? Did you say
Yeah,
ridiculous?
I think he's a little ridiculous.
Why is he ridiculous?
I think it's not that I don't think he has ideas that are based in reality, and it's not that I don't agree with him on, anything. It's that I think he's ridiculous when you account for what typically goes on in the political spectrum. I mean, I think that kind of reflects on someone like Bernie Sanders as well. I mean, he doesn't really communicate like a politician does. He sort of talks in a manner that people find very provocative, very angry, very aggressive, and that's typically not the language a politician goes about using. And I think it's mostly because he doesn't have anything to lose. So he's kind of doing this all on his own dollar, so he doesn't have anybody else kind of, behind him telling him, you've got to do A, B, C, and D. You've got to appeal to A, B, and C, and D.
Well, he's not a career politician. You're saying the main thing is that he's sort of just a bombastic entertainer, and that's sort of why.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Is that what makes you say ridiculous, though?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. I definitely understand. He's got blonde. He's got a blonde toupee or comb over or whatever, and he looks like a.
He's orange.
He looks like a Simpsons character, but he's. I mean, he's the most positive thing you can say about him is that he's not a lifelong career politician. He's not like he hasn't spent decades chasing political power. I mean, he spent decades
chasing power,
but he spent decades trying to develop big things as opposed to gaining voters. I don't know, but I don't think he's ridiculous. I think I just think he's good.
I mean, I don't think he's good as much as he's just kind of a symptom of the fact that for so long we've had exposure to nothing but people who have just chased after political power their entire lives.
Yeah.
So as a result, I'll say the word again, ridiculous as he is a little bit of a reality check. In a way, he's kind of a breath of fresh air.
Absolutely,
and I think a lot of people are reacting to that. Somebody who, even though I don't agree with his ideas, and a lot of people don't, even when they record or interview people who are allegedly his fans, they say, well, I don't agree with him on everything. But they see a kind of authenticity and honesty in the way that he speaks, even if they don't agree.
He's very refreshing, and I think the most important thing, possibly one of the most important things he's doing, is he's turning the public against the media in a way that they weren't exactly before. Like he really exposes the hypocrisy and sort of tactics that the media uses whenever they take his lines out of context or whatever. So I think that's a really good thing.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting that you sort of defend him in the way that you do, because I see a lot of what he does and what you do in that, and this could be different, 5 years from now. Let's say there's a Trump presidency and he becomes the establishment. I'm sure you'll, lampoon whatever that is, but I think there's sort of a bit of a philosophical Venn diagram going on here between you and him, because he is kind of throwing a harpoon right through the media establishment and through these sort of ideological norms, and you're sort of doing that very same thing with what you do.
I like to think so. Yeah, that's nice of you to say.
And I can't help but feel like there's a root, like the root of that comes from, I don't know, your upbringing and where you come from. I mean, I feel like when I watch your humor, and I feel like when I'm watching you sort of satirize certain things, I can't help but feel like you've come from a similar New England working class background. Your parents are just working class schmucks.
Well, this area,
and you went to college. And everybody said, you go to college, you'll get a great job.
Yeah, I got hosed.
You'll be totally set. All you got to do is go to school, get that 4-year degree, and you'll be out, and there will be a career there waiting for you.
Right.
And then as soon as you got out of college, guess what? That wasn't the fucking case.
Yeah, I got hosed much like everybody else is getting hosed. A lot of MDE fans, that's something that resonates with them because they're getting hosed. He's restarting the thing. So yeah, it's the stuff that I talk, the way that I feel, and my inspiration, what makes me do this is definitely a reaction to that. I'm very angry about that. Sucks, fucking sucks, man.
And
But interestingly, talking about this area, did you know that this area, the Connecticut and Western Mass, there have been more guns made here than almost anywhere in the world, with the exception of some like Soviet bloc.
yeah, sure.
Places.
I mean, Connecticut
That's
had
kinda
some
cool.
pretty huge gun manufacturers before there were a few regulations passed after Sandy Hook.
Do you own guns?
No, I don't own any guns.
Do you have a license?
No, I don't own a license.
You gonna get one?
You're making me consider it with
You
your
should.
with your creepy look.
Well, what if you got two guys in your house and it's just you? What are you gonna do to defend yourself? You got to get a gun, man.
Well, if I do have a couple of guys in my house who I don't know, I'm not going to tell them I have a gun.
Yeah.
So that they can.
So you might secretly
What?
have a gun.
I might secretly have a
Okay,
gun.
cool. So Anthony Fantano's a gun owner.
I can tell you,
Big time shooter.
I could tell you, I have fired quite a few firearms, and my father's a pretty passionate gun owner.
Nice.
And
Good to hear it.
Yeah. Did you bring guns
Liberty.
here?
No,
Did you
not
bring guns
today.
here?
No.
So okay. So wait a second. Okay, so in one breath you make a point, but in another breath you're just like, you know what? Liberty.
Yeah,
You know,
liberty.
like-
I'm happy you're a liberty conscious person, and that you own guns, and that you're going to continue to
And
collect
there's
guns.
not a lick of sarcasm anywhere
No.
in there. No,
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 no.
not at all.
If you actually have a gun, I'd be happy about that. But I don't think you do. But if
Okay.
you did, it'd be cool.
Okay.
And I would salute you for being an American hero, an American citizen.
When you guys go, I'll send you a text of my gun. I'll send you a
Okay.
picture of my guns.
Cool.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
All right. So, what is the state of MDE currently? You know, I noticed there's not as much content as far as like, you know, sketches and stuff like that, but I hear there's something to do with Adult Swim in the works. Can you give us any updates or any information about that?
We have a show. We're shooting it in February, and we
You're shooting it yourselves?
No, we're shooting in Atlanta with a production company and everything.
Okay.
And we don't have any idea when or if it'll be on the air, so I couldn't really say anything definitive about that.
So it's just kind of taking a risk at this point and just...
No, I mean anything in television, they could certainly shoot it and then decide they don't want it. You know, they're the people paying for it. So, but I think it'll be so good that they'll absolutely, because I think they really liked the pilot that we shot for them. So I don't think there's any reason why it wouldn't make it. But there are a lot of projects that don't make it. So who knows?
And right now it seems like you're diving a lot into a lot of your stand-up.
Yeah, I was trying to get just more experience. Just I like doing stand-up. I'm not really funny enough to do it without some sort of edgy, shocking element to it. Like I'm not good enough to get up there and actually tell straight-up jokes. But it is something I enjoy, and I like making those people angry.
Is there something too edgy and shocking humor that you think is like less than, you know, just getting up and telling jokes?
Not necessarily. I mean, edgy, shocking humor. It definitely can. You can quickly make that go south in a way that's really embarrassing and lame. But you can do the same thing with straight up stand up jokes. If you're not funny, you suck. People hate you. They want to kill you.
Tell me a time.
They make little voodoo dolls of your body.
Are there a lot of those of you?
There are a
out
lot
there?
of people who hate me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a cadre of people who probably want me dead. And I've been. I had someone send.
If there were people who knew you were here right now, would they come to this address?
They'd probably
and
kill you first.
They'd kill me.
Yeah. Do you have guns? You got to defend yourself, man.
It's come back to the guns.
Well, they would be coming for you specifically because they would want to hurt me as much as possible. So they'd make me watch your death.
I feel like we're in a bit of like a Terminator situation, and
We
just
are,
come back
and if
from
you
the
don't
future.
stay with me, you're fucking dead.
Come with me if you want to live.
No,
Basically.
you stay with me.
Yeah.
You be my friend, or you're dead. I'm just kidding. Just watch your back.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
You're throwing me off. You're fucking me up over here.
You gotta dance. You gotta dance and move with it.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. I'm not fast on my feet like you are. You have that.
I'm not fast
You have
on
that.
my
You have
feet
that
either.
time on the stage, and I wanted to ask you, on the stage when you're doing your stand-up, is there a time that recently sort of sticks out in your head that you did kind of come into an embarrassing moment because, sort of doing the edgy humor that you do, doing the humor that seems to purposefully offend,
Right.
it seems like that shouldn't even really enter into your mind.
Oh no, I'm very conscious of what I've done. But the most ridiculous thing that I did recently was a character called Retard Kyle, where I just pretend to be retarded,
that.
and that's very tasteless. But I can't pinpoint why I think it's appropriate to continue doing that.
Yeah.
But I do think it's appropriate to continue doing that, and I will. And Retard Kyle ate a whole can of Pringles, and he's got a friend, Autistic Thomas, who. Actually, Thomas is the one who ate the whole can of Pringles. Retard Kyle eats urinal cakes. Anyway, carry on.
It seemed,
I had a urinal cake. I ate the urinal cake. It was sweet and sour. It tasted good. Do you like urinal cake, Anthony?
this
Yep.
This is the type of humor that it's offensive, but it's not like it doesn't have its history. Comedy is typically portrayed as something that it's supposed to be.
Here comes the comedy lesson, folks.
Comedy lesson. It's sort of like supposed to be no holds barred,
Is it?
But the thing is, I don't think it is as much as it used to be. I mean, if you go back to
Well, you should look up Todd Glass on Norm Macdonald's podcast.
Well,
you'll see.
I guess the example that comes to mind is what was that character Damon Wayans used to play on, like, In Living Color? Handyman. And he would be like this handicapped guy, and he would sort of talk with that, same sort of slurred speech like you did.
Hell yeah.
And everybody thought it was really funny. But I feel like today, that's something that, like, would not slide at all.
Yeah, and the people who don't laugh at that are little bitches.
And I'm just kind of wondering, comedy is allegedly supposed to be this place where anybody can say anything. You're supposed to attack taboo topics, but it seems that something happened between Handyman and
our
today.
society's become totally feminized. Everybody's such a fucking biatch nowadays that it's infected everything, including the most precious bastion of free speech. It's all infected. There's no spot that isn't HIV positive paused with this bullshit. It's all paused.
And doing the comedy that you do...
Better have your Truvada.
Got it.
You taking Truvada? You heard it here first. Anthony Fantano takes Truvada. Yeah, go ahead.
Obviously, you want there to be a comedic element to what you're doing, but it seems simultaneously you're trying to make a point as well. I mean, is that key to you too?
I'm not trying to make a point like a I don't think I'm smart enough to be some sort of. I don't have any illusions about how intelligent I am, but I'm trying to. There are things that people aren't saying that I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
There's a sort of anger that is not fully expressed in the way that it needs to be. And I'm trying to correct that a little bit.
Okay, so I even though it may sound insulting, I will agree that sure, maybe there's not a lot of intelligence to what you do.
Yeah.
But
What
it
are you
seems
telling me, Renan?
but it seems like
Are you calling me, Renan?
but it seems like you consciously want to take the piss out of anybody who thinks they're intelligent. Like, you go at people like Lena Dunham. You go to a place like a TEDx, and a bunch of people are sitting down for what they think is going to be an informative talk, and you basically just make them look like fucking idiots by standing in front of them and basically lampooning all the types of buzzwords that they throw into their speeches.
I'm not anti-intellectual. I think that there's
I guess it's not anti-intellectual. It's just that
it's
a lot
people
of things are
people posturing as intellectuals.
It's middlebrow.
Yeah. Lena Dunham doesn't have the brain power to fucking think her way out of a paper bag. She's a fucking retard. I mean, I've talked to her. I know who she is. She's a dumb bitch. I'm sorry, okay? And if she ever fucks with me, if she ever puts me into some sort of self-defense situation,
Time out. A lot of people are going to hear this podcast.
yeah.
So okay.
If she puts me in a self-defense situation, okay, and I have to legally defend myself, okay, I'm not going to initiate violence against her.
Okay.
But if she comes at me in an alleyway, tries to do anything,
I don't really know if that's her reputation.
I'm going to fuck her up so badly, I will put her in the fucking ground in a fucking box. I'll take extra time, okay? She'll be it won't be a quick self-defense situation. I'll be nailing her. I'll be punching her in the back. I'll be punching her in the back of the neck. I'll be boxing her eyes in. I'll break both her orbital bones. I'm gonna destroy Lena Dunham physically so badly that the people who come to clean her up, they're gonna be puking when they see what I did to her. All right? I want them to know how I feel about her. So I'm going to fuck her up so bad that she makes them puke when they see her bruised, mangled body. If she ever did anything to me to warrant that legally, now I would never, ever initiate violence against her.
The way that you said
But that's
all
what would
that-
happen.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Is there something wrong with your finger?
No.
Okay.
It's just
But you have a
hurts.
brace on it.
It hurts.
It hurts from what?
From flipping people off all day.
flipping
Because I'm a badass. Oh, yeah! There's nothing edgier than that, man. Giving the finger to people. Fuck you! Sorry, go ahead. I'm calming.
okay.
I'm calming down.
All right. I guess I'm trying to find where the border is between Sam Hyde, I'm trying to piss people off, I'm provoking people, and just, just secretly behind the scenes, is he super chill? Or is he just always on? No, he's just always on. Because I think people like, I think of someone, for example, who I also know personally, someone who also does edgy humor, Filthy Frank.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy behind him is very chill, very laid back, doesn't often sort of identify personally with the sorts of things that he puts into his comedy, and sometimes is even repulsed by his audience and is afraid to sort of put his information out there because he feels like his audience will sort of chase him down or something. And I'm sort of wondering if, everything you're putting out there, it's because you don't just want to piss people off, it's because you actually think it too.
What do you think I don't actually think? Have you heard of He Productions, H3H3?
I have heard of H3H3 Productions.
Okay.
Are you going to go with them too?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's where I take my inspiration from. Primarily.
But you've been around before them. Where did your inspiration come before H3H3?
Well, before H3H3, I had nothing. Now I have the master key. Probably Smosh.
Smosh is
No,
what?
I like H3H3. He's fine. What were we saying? We're talking about how I'm disingenuous and I'm a liar.
Yeah.
You think I'm fake?
I think you're real. And I think you're real to the point where if I were you, I'd be scared to be me. Because
If you
of
were
all,
me.
of all the
Oh.
things that I said on the internet. Although being 6'4" would probably make me a little less scared.
If you were me, you'd be scared to be me.
Yeah.
You'd be scared of being yourself at that point.
Of the droves of people who would probably chase me down.
Oh, nobody's
of-
going to do anything to me.
No?
I will kill anybody with my bare hands. Nobody can touch me. Okay, I'm strapped up. I got my niggas with me, and I will take it to the streets. I got love for the streets. I don't even care. But nobody's going to do anything. Maybe Mossad. Maybe Shin Bet. George Soros, come kill me. I'd be flattered though if I had that kind of attention. But no, I'm not. I don't. Everybody loves me. Get to know me. That's my message to everybody out there. Yo, get to know me, baby. That's my yo. Get to know me.
It's not that I think you're being completely inauthentic. I'm just trying to figure out if underneath the hardened edgelord, are you just a big, peaceful, cuddly teddy bear?
I don't think I'm an edgelord though.
No, you're not?
No.
What's the difference? Like, what would the difference be?
I'm really not that edgy. There's way edgier stuff out there.
Well, I think that's the true mark of an edgelord, because somebody who truly understands edginess and truly knows edginess.
So you're saying I'm like
they know how far they can take it.
I'm like
You're an edgelord, but you show restraint.
I'm like the most sophisticated edgelord.
It's controlled chaos.
Yeah. I'm like I'm like
You put it perfectly.
well, no, I don't. I'm really not. I'm not like fucked up or anything. I'm very solid.
No, I don't think you're.
As far as a person,
I don't think.
are you saying do I have
I don't think
questionable
edgelords are
political
necessary-
beliefs?
No, I don't think edgelords are necessarily.
Do I
fucked
really
up.
think retards are worth or should be laughed at? No, obviously,
think that?
no. I would if there was a retarded person in here. I wouldn't be laughing at them. That's fucking sick. I'd be trying to help them, give them candy, whatever they need. But I don't think that's funny. I think there's something about making a retarded character and making like Boston college liberals sit and suck it.
So it's not
funny.
the retard that's funny. It's the
The
fact
retard's
that-
kind of funny. But a real retard is not funny. A real retard needs our sympathy.
Okay.
We need the help. Yeah, you have a sick streak about you. You're kind of a sick
Well,
freak.
I watch you,
Yeah.
so you know that that's
Did it
already the case. So don't fucking point
All
it
right.
out, okay?
Okay.
So it's not the retard that's funny. It's the fact that you're pissing off art college liberals. That's
Partly,
funny.
yeah.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
And in that breath, I feel like you're, a total fit for a place like Adult Swim, at least old school Adult Swim, because I love how a lot of those old shows, it seemed like all they wanted to do was just kind of entertain themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like I'm having fun watching you because you're having fun having
I'm
people
trying to have fun.
You're having fun.
I'm trying to make you have fun,
You're
too.
having fun making sure other people aren't having fun.
But not the people watching. I'm trying to make the watchers have fun.
You're trying to make the people
In
who
my immediate vicinity.
Yes.
But that's the casualty. That's the casualty
Yes.
of war. They have to pay
the
the
people
toll.
who watch on the internet are having fun.
Yes,
the people who are
I hope so.
The people who are in your immediate vicinity are suffering.
They're going
A
to
great
suck wind.
price.
They're going to get napalm.
Yeah.
And they're going to pay every cent. They're going to pay the full price. The full price. Price. Yeah, they have to pay. But for everybody else, it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
So, what are your ambitions right now with MDE, with comedy, with pissing people off?
Ooh. I just want to piss the whole world off and make everybody pissed. I want everybody to feel how sharp it gets when I cut. I want them to know that I'm the king of the edge. I want them to feel the pain that I felt and know that it's real. I want everybody out there to like me.
Oh, so you want to be liked?
No, I think I want to. There's an element of like honing a craft, which is why I've been doing stand up, even though some of it falls flat. I want to be a good craftsman, and I want to put in a lot of hard work and hopefully get something out of it. And I want to make something cool for people to sort of have as an umbrella. Like shit's coming down, but here's this MDE umbrella. Okay, it's going to protect you to some extent and keep you sane and keep you safe. And I'd like to see to do our small part to reverse the feminization of everything, and sort of there are a lot of not fatherless, but there are a lot of kids whose dads are pussies, and their testosterone's all out of whack, and they're eating garbage and doing research chemicals and DMT and thinking that's going to go somewhere productive, and trying to curtail that a little bit.
Do you sort of perceive yourself as a masculine person? Is masculinity important to you?
I call myself the ultimate beta male.
Uh-huh.
For example,
You're the alpha beta?
what are you? Are you an alpha?
Well, I don't know. Wouldn't you tell me? I mean, I feel like that's something that other people observe and then tell you.
Well, what would you tell based on your observations of yourself that people have said? Are you an alpha?
Tell me the characteristics of an alpha male.
Is he the true alpha? He's top alpha in this room.
Alpha waves, like I can feel.
Hell yeah. I'm an example of somebody who started off with a bit of a handicap as far as testosterone and masculinity go, and used research to fix that problem, which I think is what a lot of people are going to have to do. And I think that actually might actually be an advantage, because the people who are sort of natural alphas in high school, they end up doing what? Joining the military, getting married, getting cucked to oblivion by bitch wives. So I mean, there are multiple pathways to alphaness, and I'm going to help you achieve mastery.
I feel like alphaness is something that's kind of elusive. I mean, I think some people might start out in a fashion where maybe that attitude and maybe that kind of way of carrying oneself sort of comes natural to them. But eventually life is going to throw you a left hook, and if you don't fully understand what it is to be masculine or be in control of oneself and be an adult, then it's going to throw you off.
That's what I meant by natural alphas being at a disadvantage, because they haven't had to work or be introspective or figure shit out. They just sort of had that pathway cleared for them, and when the time comes to have your cheating wife, you are a pussy at that point. But it's not. I don't like. I think it's kind of lame to talk about alpha this and alpha, but it's about masculinity. It's just about masculinity.
And what is masculinity to you? Because I think a lot of people who might stereotypically define themselves as masculine, and my dad is probably one. You know, he's very much, you know, a tough guy, has an aggressive streak, you know, competitive powerlifter as well. I grew up with him in my life, and I had a very strong masculine influence, but I feel like, you know, he probably wouldn't construe you as somebody who's masculine or cares about masculinity, you know, and also in a way.
But I could physically
feel like
trash him.
Okay.
In like 2 minutes.
Uh-huh.
I would probably suplex him so hard that you'd have to like
You want me to give him a call?
You'd have to pay for repairs to your house. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I do want you to give him a call. He's going to learn the meaning of pain.
I hope he doesn't listen to this episode.
I hope he does.
He'll ask me for your phone number.
I hope he does, because he's going to get fucking damaged. And he'll get my phone number, and he'll get my address, and he'll come to my playpen, and he'll be my playmate. Okay? But physically beating your dad into submission aside, I think that masculinity it's about having a purpose and fulfilling your purpose. Which has a lot to do with stoicism and being emotionally tempered, and I mean, it's a lot of things, but that's mainly what it is to me, is having a purpose, fulfilling it, and not bitching about it along the way, I guess.
Another thing that sort of has come up a few times as you were talking to me is health a concern to you? What you eat, chemicals, what you're ingesting? I mean, how does that sort of play into your everyday life? You know, what's your concern in regards to that? Because there are a lot of avenues that people go down that they think are allegedly healthy. This person tells me, who I know, at their job, that this woman is on a diet where she eats nothing but peas. Yeah. Or, you know, and she came through one week with another diet where she was just eating these powder packets and throwing water in there, and it was like this brown mush, and she would eat that, and allegedly it had all the vitamins and minerals
good for
or
you.
whatever.
That's got everything you need.
Obviously, you're not doing that.
Oh yeah, I am.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. Are you into sounding crystals?
Oh, is that how you?
Do you wear crystals?
No. Do you see any crystals on me right now?
You could be hiding them in one of the 17 locations.
No.
Do you know how much cosmic rays are doing to your body right now if you don't have crystals equipped? What is wrong with you?
What crystals do you have equipped?
I'm not going to show you my crystals.
I don't want to see them. I just want to know what crystals.
I have an amethyst on my hip.
And that does what?
It keeps blood flowing down my right leg.
Yeah.
I have fucking I got a peridot on my groin, on my pubic bone.
What does that do?
It keeps me chaste. Keeps me from having foul thoughts.
Yeah. Got it.
I have dozens. I can't even, you know.
No, I
don't. We talked
That's
about
why
this
I asked.
beforehand.
No,
You're pretending like you don't have crystals on. I don't know what your deal is, man. What were we on about 2 minutes ago? Oh, health.
Well, I wanted to know, are you somebody who you would call yourself someone who's very careful about what he eats?
I don't really have time for that.
No?
I would be if I were rich and I had time, but I don't.
No. So you think junk food is destroying masculinity, society, testosterone, so on and so forth, and you're just a worthy
partially,
and you're just a participant since you don't have time.
Who said I had to eat junk food?
You just ate a bunch of fucking Cheetos in front of me,
as a prop.
Yeah, as a prop.
As a prop.
Did you swallow them as a prop too?
Yeah. I did. Time out.
Now
you're gonna pay my toll.
The Cheetos.
You're gonna eat a Cheeto.
No, I'm not.
You're gonna eat one Cheeto for me.
Fuck out of here.
I want to watch you eat that Cheeto.
I'm not eating this Cheeto.
I want you to eat that Cheeto.
I'm not eating the Cheeto.
Come on. Lick the flavor dust off.
No, I'm not eating the Cheeto.
Smell it.
No.
Smell it though. I want you to smell it. It smells good. Now eat it.
No,
it's vegan.
I haven't had Cheetos in years, and those smell disgusting.
Cheetos are calling to you.
Number one. And number two, that bag of Cheetos was open when you walked through the door.
Oh, yeah, it was.
So you were already pre-gaming on those Cheetos.
I had some Cheetos today.
You were preparing yourself for the role.
I can't believe you're getting on my case about eating some Cheetos.
I'm not getting on your case. I'm asking you
Anthony,
your philosophy here.
You don't know what you're missing. This has got riboflavin. It's got vitamin. It's got niacin. It's got thiamine. Iron.
Vitamin niacin.
Vitamin B6. 2% of your daily value. Come on.
I'm just checking the time here. This is
Yeah.
probably the longest interview I've ever done. Not in actuality, because we've been going.
But the feeling of time passing.
The feeling of time passing.
You're sweating right now.
Do you
want
find
to.
that you have that effect on people? Just the time they spend with you, it just seems like it's way longer.
Yeah,
than
they
it
call me the
actually is.
Punisher because I make them sit.
Oh, is that all you make them do?
Yeah.
Okay.
What,
Is this why you?
What
go,
do you think I make them do?
Is this why you go over?
What are you asking me, dude? What kind of question is that?
I think you make them sit.
Yeah. What were you getting at though?
You go over your time at the comedy clubs. I've heard.
Yeah. And what else do I do? Something gay?
What's wrong with doing something gay?
What are you, gay?
Cheeto.
I think eating Cheetos out of your hands would be gay.
Yeah.
Homophobe?
What are you, homophobe now?
Heard it here first. Anthony Fantano, homophobe.
All right. Shall we continue? Do
Continue.
you want more?
The word continue makes me think of like a direction, as if this interview has gone in any direction.
Yeah, it's a hell. Come to hell with me.
I kind of feel like this interview has been more like a caged octagon.
Let's go to hell together. I'll be there with you. We'll be dancing. You want to dance in my ring, my arena? Come to my world. Welcome to my world. All right, sorry.
No, you're not.
No,
Don't
I
say
don't-
sorry if you're not sorry.
I don't mean to
Sorry, not sorry.
train wreck you there.
That's a feminist hashtag that you like.
I do like that, yeah.
Sorry, not sorry. Is there anything?
That's the way I feel when I see a man manspreading.
Okay, so let me ask you, since you seem to be so against the feminization of society, aren't there any benefits to that? Do you think there are any benefits to the feminization of society?
No, it's chaos.
It's chaos.
Yeah.
You don't think there's anything, Would you have rather grown up in the 50s with a stern dad
Yeah.
who made sure that you said your prayers before you went to bed?
Not me personally, but I think that would be better for society if the family unit were more intact and if there were more present fathers. I think that certainly would be much better. Wouldn't you rather have grown up with a single mother in the ghetto? Isn't that what you want? Watching TV all day? That's what feminization, that's what it leads to, is the government
think
giving
so?
the government giving women a paycheck to use their pussies like ATMs and crap out kids. Okay, you get a paycheck for ditching your man. That's what I mean by the feminization of society. It's the female impulse run wild. That's what it leads to, is single motherhood.
But I think there are a lot of dads who aren't present in their children's lives as a choice as well, which doesn't necessarily have to do with feminization, but really just kind of a lack of commitment.
Masculinity is out of whack as well. The balance is completely thrown, but it doesn't help that we make it so easy, not even easy, but desirable for women to have kids out of wedlock. Yes, people becoming sexualized much earlier. It's just everything is fucking nasty all around.
And I mean, okay, everything's nasty all around, but I mean, there's certainly, and obviously you kind of detest that nastiness, but you sort of add to that nastiness in a way with what you're doing. I mean, there's
How so?
certainly a level of nastiness to what you do too.
How's that?
How's that?
Oh, hold on a second.
How does shit stink? How is
Yeah,
rice
how's it
white?
nasty? How's it nasty? What's wrong? What's wrong with my stuff? No, I think that's definitely true. In a perfect world, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't have any sort of popularity because a lot of the stuff that we do is it's not wholesome.
So you think in a perfect world, what you do sort of wouldn't have a purpose?
It
because
wouldn't have any purpose. It wouldn't get any attention, etc.
Hmm.
I mean, it might get attention based on how novel it is and how weird it is, but it wouldn't be serving a purpose.
So you think that there's, I think a lot of people might see what you do and sort of look at it simply as offensive or as novelty, but you think there's, or you feel that there's like a serious purpose behind it.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit, yeah.
Because as ridiculous as you've been during this conversation at points, and I say that endearingly. Thanks. I hope I didn't get any Cheetos orange.
No
shit.
Cheetos. I clean them.
Yeah, you cleaned it.
I keep 'em
now
clean.
it's just saliva.
Yeah. These are my booger hands.
You don't have any
my
You
mitts.
don't have any germs that I should
My
be
booger mitts.
weary of, right?
No, I'm clean.
Okay, good.
I'm clean. Don't worry. I tested myself. I tested her myself. She's clean.
It seems like there are issues that you are seriously invested in and seriously passionate about.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. 100%. Yeah, I'm serious. Yes. Yes.
You're just an enigma to me. That's
you
all.
Now, you know what's funny about this?
What? Tell me what's funny.
There is a
You are the comedian here, so
There's a Jungian archetype called the lover. Okay, you're the Jungian, and when your lover is out of balance, you can go. There are two ways that you can be out of balance, and one of the ways that can be out of balance is one of the symptoms is that you want to have a direct connection with people, like all the time. Like you want people to see, like you are bearing yourself, and you want people to see that, and connect with that. And when it doesn't happen, it's very frustrating. And that's what I have. I have that imbalance where I want to have like a connection with even strangers, like people. I just want them to. I want to have like a casual, familiar relationship with people right off the bat without having to fucking hang out for 2 years. Mm-hmm. And you have a very sort of strong, standoffish sort of shield pieces all around you. And so I think that's why you think I'm an enigma. I'm not an enigma. Like we were hanging out for like 40 minutes downstairs, like talking shop, having a good time, and you still think it's so weird. It's not weird though. Do you still think it's weird? You get weird vibes. I'm not really trying to dodge issues. I'm trying to do two things. One is not sounding like an asshole, which I may or may not have achieved here by explaining too much and letting on that I think very highly of what I do.
You don't want to explain.
I don't want to be like, oh yeah, well you're right, I am a genius and everything I do is amazing. Oh, thank you, Anthony. I don't want to be like that, and I don't want to be lame. I'm trying to fill the empty space with a little bit of something funny.
Got it.
Now let me ask you a question. If I drove out of here and I ran out of gas 25 miles away, and would you help me? Would you come help me with gas?
Why not?
You would?
Why not?
What if it took like 2 hours and we had to wait for a tow truck and all this other shit? Would you stick it out with me?
Well, I guess it depends. Like you're a full-grown adult. And you're a full-grown adult, and you can wait for a tow truck.
If the situation required it.
If the situation required me to sit there and wait for a tow truck to arrive.
Yeah. Would you help me out?
If this just happened, I mean, sure.
Okay. All right, just checking.
Okay.
Okay, cool. You got any other cues?
No, I don't.
You don't?
I think we're just gonna leave it here.
You gonna call it quits?
You know,
now it's time to turn the tables. Take my blood from you. Get the interview questions I need.
Okay. You're gonna ask me questions now?
Yeah.
Do you want to continue this and you ask me questions?
Yeah. Have you thought a lot about masculinity?
I mean, as a man and somebody who is introspective, as you were talking about earlier, and somebody who probably in high school started off on that more beta male side of the spectrum.
So you're an ultimate beta, like me.
You're an omega. You're an alpha, but you reject it.
Got it.
We're beta primes. That's what we are. Hell yeah, man.
It's something I've concerned myself with. Sure, yeah. Yeah, it's something I think of, and I agree.
And what does it mean to you? What does it mean?
I agree generally with what you were saying earlier about having a purpose, having focus, following through, I guess doing something, I guess what I would call is ambitious with your life, and better yourself so that you can help the people around you who you care about. That to me is masculine. Being dependable, I think is and stoicism as well. I think is really important to me. To the point where sometimes it frustrates me when other people around me aren't showing that same level of stoicism.
I get that a lot. Yeah.
But and maybe that's maybe that's not that great of a thing.
I mean, it's it's frustrating when you have to, when you know that you have to get the job done, and people are not in the same mindset, and they have sort of an emotional that sort of shit.
Sure. And I mean, and I'm not beyond getting to that point either. You know, I think all people are, you know, capable of getting into that position, but
like throwing your cell phone.
No, not like throwing your cell phone. You know, not like not to the point where you're destroying anything. You know, just like, you know, having a moment where you've basically derailed your own self. You know, not like I'm not punching holes in the walls or anything like that, although I've known people who have kind of, you know, those tendencies. That type of aggression and that type of focus that in masculinity that you seem to value so much, do you apply that to your comedy? Do you feel like that's part of the reason why you're so prolific at what you do? Because, I mean, you come out with a lot of content.
Yeah.
You know, you have this TV, you know, sort of thing that you're trying to pull together. Even before that, there was a lot of content on the MDE channel. You had a lot of those strange iPhone videos and vlogs that you would do. Now you've been doing a whole lot of stand-up. And it seems like you're just constantly putting yourself out there. There are a lot of people who remark to me and, you know, sort of say, how do you put out like 5-6 videos a week? Yeah. You know? And you're certainly on that level as well. You're not doing exactly what I do, but you're always putting out something. It seems like you're always working on something.
Yeah, I try to have a workman-like approach to it, and putting in hours, keeping an emotional, not just in terms of like day-to-day frustration, but also long-term expectations. That sort of emotional thinking, trying to keep all that as level as possible, and just sort of getting the work done from one day to the next. Yeah, I'm all about that. Putting something out reliably on a schedule that's creative, you don't expect it to be like a slog of hard work. Like that's there are a lot of people. I mean, I get a lot of people like kids who are starting to create videos on their own, who send me their clip that they did that took them 3 months to do, and like people who aren't going down this sort of path that we're on of content creation, they don't usually don't understand that it's a sort of procedural work type thing where you have to like wake up in the morning and do it for 8 hours.
And what allows you the ability to do that? You know, are you monetizing successfully with MDE? Are you turning it into a full-time job? Are you hoping that in the future moving to a more traditional media platform like television will allow you to do that? Or do you think, you know, sort of continuing this on the internet is the future of it, or doing more physical appearances?
Yeah, it's been a real serious battle, and I think it'll continue to be, even if what we did wasn't like even if what we did was clean enough to be putting in various places. I don't think we'll have like enough of a broad enough appeal. Like there aren't enough people to sort of look at what we do and enjoy it. Like we're not going to be able to, the niche that we're going to carve out, it's not in the millions of people. Like we'll never have a fan base that's in the millions. Like it'll always be a small thing. So we've had to, I mean, we've put in a lot of our own money. I did like front end web design and some motion graphics for sports stadiums, like freelance graphic design stuff. And just recently I started doing a Patreon account. And but it's always going to be, I think, forever. It's going to be an indie thing. I don't think we're ever going to have like fat checks coming in from TV studios. And I think TV's kind of on the way out anyway. Yeah, now, what about do you have any sort of ambition to go? Not saying that you're obviously, what you do is very studied, and it's a very good thing. I hold it in high regard.
You can shit on it if you want. You can shit all over it.
It goes. Guillotine! No!
If you could, do you want to hold that record while you say that?
Yeah.
I make me feel good. I think
But-
Eric Andre and
Here,
Squad
while you say
Where
that,
do you see
hold this record.
yourself in 10 years?
Where do I see myself in 10 years?
Yeah.
I could see myself doing this for another 5.
Yeah.
And I think in 10 years I just have to like reassess whether or not the internet platform is still the most relevant place to be doing what I'm doing.
Are you gonna? Do you think you'll be doing music reviews into your 70s?
I thought about that, and I don't know. You know, I don't think I'm going to want to do music reviews into my 70s, or at least not do them sort of in the fashion that I do now. You know, I mean, if you look at a guy like Roger Ebert, for example, I mean, once he kind of hit his golden years, he put himself in a position where he was pretty much only reviewing what he wanted when he wanted. You know, if I had to review shit into my 50s and 60s and 70s, I think I'd much rather be doing it on my own terms versus, you know, trying to chase after every single, you know, sort of hot, popular,
Gotcha.
in the now thing.
So when there's
you
a
know?
popular in the now thing, you're sort of obligated to jump on that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, it's
Kind of sucks.
I mean, I feel like it kind of comes with the territory. When I first started doing this, I very much took the attitude that I'm only going to review obscure stuff. I'm only going to talk about the most indie thing I can find. I'm not going to talk about mainstream artists ever. And then I just kind of came around to that, not only because there is mainstream music I enjoy, but also I just kind of learned it's a part of the formula of, you know, not only having a successful channel, but actually turning people onto artists like this. Because before
is kinda indie.
Before I reviewed this,
This is kind of a hipster thing.
before I reviewed this, nobody knew what the fuck this was.
A lot of people don't know about this.
But the thing is,
Yeah. You kind of made them.
a little,
You kind of made them into who they
a
are today.
smidge,
No, a big amount.
a smidge.
No, like a lot.
All I'm going to say is that I found that after I reviewed more mainstream artists and then I got them following my YouTube channel, whenever I reviewed something more obscure, they checked out that too.
No, I understand.
You know,
You know what you cited a tangent here. You know what you should check out?
what?
Drugs, Sex, and Discotheques by the Prima Donnas.
That sounds fun.
You got to listen to it.
Okay.
Okay. What else do you want to hit here? What else are we talking about?
Well, I mean, you can go back to Eric Andre and Loiter Squad, but they
No, we'll
all
skip that.
have their, well, no, it's important to say that because Eric Andre does his own he does other acting. Loiter
Yeah.
Squad was successful from music, so
Oh, yeah,
$1
sure.
stream, you know, it's sort of its own
Yeah.
ship.
Well, I mean, we were talking about just kind of old media versus new media. There was a point when somebody asked me to kind of salary go do what I do for them, but now I've kind of just established my own voice, you know, to the point where bringing me on, you know, like if Pitchfork started to pay me to write for them, you know, it wouldn't be in the voice, because if you read their reviews on a regular basis, there's a certain voice to what they say and what they do, even though they have dozens of writers writing for the site. And sort of throwing someone like me in there, especially if they started having me on camera, would completely derail that, you know? And I feel like the future for me is just continuing to do what I do independently. If I were to trickle over to like traditional media, I wouldn't want to be doing this, you know, not that I think that this is bad, but if I were going to start doing something on television, I'd want to do something bigger and more ambitious than, you know, something that I could just do at home.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah. Have you, what do you listen to? Do people ask you what you listen to personally? Do you personally listen to this crap?
This crap? Yeah, I do.
You do?
I personally listen to all this bullshit.
What do you have like top 3 favorite artists of all time?
Oh, fuck no. People
No?
keep asking me that. I just listen to too much to have 3 favorites. No.
Let's hear the 3 favorites.
What are your 3 favorites? Let's
What are
hear
my
'em.
3 favorites right
Yeah.
now?
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar. I do like
His
Kendrick
flows
Lamar.
are really great on this new album.
Listen, I'm not offended by that, because it's
Yep.
your job to take the piss out of anything that people like.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for
you
giving
know,
me permission to do what I do.
If you started telling me how great you thought Death Grips were,
Yeah.
I would find that really odd.
Okay.
I would rather that you shit on them.
I have barely listened to their music, but they seem cool, so I wouldn't.
I'd rather you shit on Kendrick
I
Lamar
wouldn't.
too.
Kendrick Lamar's whatever. He's a rapper.
He's a rapper. He had the best
Would
album of the
it,
year
would it
last
be
year.
so beautiful as a rose in the garden? The rose in the Bronx? A black rose grows. Would it be?
Have you ever been moved to tears by a piece of music?
Sure.
What in particular? Is there anything that comes to mind?
There's one song that, you know, it's happened a lot of times, but one song that I come back to and continually still upsets me is this is probably like really dumb. It's Fleetwood Mac's Landslide.
That's not really dumb.
No,
It upsets you?
it's sad song.
Okay. So
It's really sad.
is it the lyrics?
It's the music and the lyrics, I would think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Paddy McAloon?
No.
Paddy McAloon was the guy from Prefab Sprout, and he got tinnitus in one ear, and he couldn't. I think there was a period, like a decade or more, that he couldn't even listen to music because it hurt his ear so much. And when he finally got some relief from that, it might have been sort of recently, like in the 2000s or 2010s or whatever. He started piecing together like clips of radio shows. I'm butchering this, but he put together this thing called "I Trawl the Megahertz," and it's very moving. If you ever want to be moved, "I Trawl the Megahertz."
Okay.
It's like, I think it's like a half-hour long song.
Is that something that makes you cry?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is there anything else musically that makes you cry?
A few Underworld songs in the right context. The Wagner Pilgrim's Chorus from the Tannhauser thing. Is it a Tannhauser Symphony? Is that what it is? That's pretty moving.
Musically, where
John Lennon, the Beatles.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Imagine song. Imagine there's no religion. That makes me, I just can't. Oh, John, it's fucking no religion. Oh, man, it's fucking great, man. Oh, John, there's no race. Oh, man, you're amazing. No possessions. Whoa.
He was a very angry, violent man.
He was a fag.
If you go on Tumblr.
Was he angry and violent?
If you go on Tumblr, they'll
That's
tell
probably
you
the only right thing about him. Did he hit his wife?
The Tumblr will tell you that.
She needed a good old-fashioned whack. Ooh, Yoko Ono. Whack. Stepping out of line. I wouldn't have done that. Only in self-defense. But I don't blame John for having emotions, having his problems. Now that's an example of masculinity out of balance the other way.
Sure.
When you're hitting a woman, that means that your masculinity has become so perverted. And so it's almost feminized again. It's almost back to the feminine. And there's definitely something gay about it. Vio-gay.
So masculinity is definitely a tightrope walk.
It's a tightrope. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And how good are you? Do you feel
I'm the master.
the master of
I'm the ultimate beta. I walk that rope every day.
So,
No, I have problems. I mean, I have weak moments, and I definitely need. If I didn't lift weights, I'd probably have to go kill myself immediately.
Where do your music preferences lie? I mean, I'm sure I could find something in here. All this crap that you would like.
I like. Would you call it IDM? Underworld.
Sure. Like Aphex Twin and Autechre and.
Have you heard Future Sound of London?
So you're mostly into electronic music then?
I think so. Yeah. I listen to rap. I listen to D Block.
Yeah.
You
weightlift to D Block.
I very seriously listen to D Block because they're about discipline, dedication, determination. They're blue collar, and they're not. They don't make white people feel bad for being white, which pisses me off. It's like anytime a rapper says something anti-white, just shut the fuck up, dude. Who bought your album, you faggot? Put your fucking microphone down. White people built the rap industry. Fuck you. Hip hop is white. Okay, the money. Where's the money come from? It comes from you, Whitey Cracker. It comes from me.
I did buy the new Kendrick Lamar album.
Not from me because I wouldn't pay for that garbage.
Got
But
it.
and I like Cameron. I like Redman. I like Eminem. I liked him a lot more before he went nuts. Diplomats. Who else is good from that time period?
The 2000s?
The 90s, the 2000s, late 90s.
DMX?
No, I don't listen to
you're not into DMX? Jim Jones?
Jim Jones
50
is good.
Cent?
I don't like 50 Cent.
No, you didn't like G Unit?
No.
No.
I like the first album they did.
Did you listen to the new Jadakiss album?
Not yet.
Did you like...
I like their mixtapes a lot more than their finished albums.
Yeah. Did you like the Wu-Tang stuff that they put out in the 2000s? Like Iron Flag?
I don't think I've listened to Iron Flag.
No.
No.
But Wu-Tang, though.
I like Wu-Tang's pretty good. I don't listen to them,
Onyx?
but I like them. I don't listen to Onyx, but they're cool.
No metal?
No.
No?
No.
You're not a jazz man?
No.
You're not a jazz man?
Jazz is nonsensical blibbity bloop music that you just pretend to listen to sound. Oh, I understand this. I understand this garbled
A
mess.
lot of people say that about Underworld, though.
Well,
Electronic music.
probably ears are broken.
like an abstract electronic music. It's just nonsensical bleepity bloop music.
Okay.
Got it. Skrillex? Do you like a lot of dubstep?
Yeah, I like Skrillex is great.
Danger Mouse?
Yeah, I like Danger Mouse is
Progressive
great.
house?
No, I'm not really into progressive house.
No.
No.
Are you into any post rock?
Like what?
Like Godspeed You Black Emperor?
No.
No. You're not into punk at all?
No.
No? That
Fuck no.
seems like right up your ass.
No, fuck no. Right up my ass?
Yeah.
What is that, a gay reference? You gay?
Getting into homophobe stuff.
Dude.
I feel like when you make that face, the "Are you gay" face?
Yeah? You gay?
That's the face people used to make at you in high school. Is that the face people used to make at you in high school when they used to think you were gay?
You think I'm gay?
Back when you were a beta, not an alpha beta?
Back when you were gay in high school, what kind of face did they make at you?
A lot of these.
That one.
Yeah? You like it? Get you all nostalgic?
All right, well, thank you for coming on, Anthony Hyde Tano.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate the
Very nice to
appearance.
meet you.
I appreciate the conversation.
Absolutely.
I appreciate the comedy.
Hell yeah.
I appreciate you being real with me a little bit too.
Uh-huh.
And are you into any reggae? Considering how
we started
Jamaican you
off?
are. Yeah.
Well, if you had let me continue on with that, I would have
Yeah.
done about an hour of that accent, and
Yeah.
you would find out that I'm very into reggae. But no, I'm not really into reggae.
Oh, okay. All right. Got it. All right. Well, I appreciate you being a guest. And
I
just,
appreciate you being a host.
Yeah.
I appreciate your fastidious reviews.
I appreciate
Listening to
your-
hours of crap so that we don't have to.
Yep. Thank you.
I appreciate your death grips.
Yep.
I appreciate your Kid Cudi, MDE, Sam Hyde, Anthony Fantano. It's my boy. Peace.